Hello everyone and welcome back to KORR Monsters. This time we are back in Houston, Texas to mark the halfway point of the 2008 season. Our field of trucks for this event features Ray Goodwin in Big Tex, the debut of Steve Watt in Bombs Away, Luke Riley in Bull Tilt, Trip Cassidy in the brand new Cottonmouth, Gene Martin in Glazed and Confused, reigning two-time freestyle champion Mark Moody debuting his brand new truck Haas CNC, Jack Palmer in Howler, Mark Foster making his KORR Monsters debut in Livewire, two-time racing champion Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious, former racing champion Randall Boone in Rat Trap 3, another former racing champion Kinsley Parks in Sunoco, and then rounding out our field, Henry Gibbons in Youngblood. First up for tonight, we have racing. 4 trucks getting the bye run into round number 2, those being Howler, Sunoco, Rat Trap 3, and Livewire. But before we get to see those trucks, we have to go through round 1 of racing. In round 1, we have Rambunctious going up against Big Tex, Bull Tilt going up against Cottonmouth, Glazed and Confused going up against Bombs Away, and then our last race of round number 1 is going to have Haas CNC going up against Youngblood. First race pulling up to the line, Rambunctious and Big Tex. Waiting on that green light, and away they go. Rambunctious much faster on the light. As these trucks head into the first turn. Coming across the line the first time, Rambunctious has a lead. Almost missed the ramp though. Coming around the second time, and Rambunctious has a growing lead going into the last turn. And coming to the line, it's going to be all Rambunctious here with that brand new Dodge Ram body, picking up the win here in round number 1. As now we move on into the next race, Bull Tilt and Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth on that bad, fast Rat Trap 5 chassis. We'll see how it fares here in Houston. Coming around the first turn, Bull Tilt going very slow around the turn. Cottonmouth already a huge lead. Coming across the line for the second time, and Cottonmouth is in a different zip code here. Coming across the line, very easy win for Cottonmouth going into round number 2. So now for our next race, we're going to have Glazed and Confused going up against Bombs Away. First time we're seeing Bombs Away here in KORR Monsters. We'll see how he does here in his first race. Coming around this first turn, looking pretty even so far. Slight advantage to Glazed and Confused, though. About a truck length. Around the second turn. Bombs Away, closing the gap up. It's all going to come down to this last turn here. Bombs Away, much tighter turn. Glazed and Confused might get a better run. And in fact, it will be Glazed and Confused picking up the win by ever so little over Bombs Away. So now we move on to our last race of round number 1. Haas CNC going up against Youngblood. Going into the first turn, looks like Youngblood had the better start. And a much tighter turn, but across the line, it's going to be a dead heat almost. Coming around the second turn, Youngblood pulling a little bit of a lead here into the final turn. Haas is going to crack the whip. Haas CNC is going to get the win over Youngblood moving into round number 2. So now we take a look at our round 2 bracket. It'll be Howler going up against Rambunctious, Sunoco going up against Cottonmouth, Rat Trap going up against Glazed and Confused, and Livewire going up against Haas CNC. Now first race of round number 2, Howler and Rambunctious pulling up to the line. Good start from both trucks. Rambunctious getting over that tabletop a lot quicker than Howler. Over the line the first time. Massive lead for Rambunctious coming around for the second jump. And still a huge lead for Rambunctious, a little bit bigger now. Coming around the final turn, as long as the Rambunctious doesn't get a penalty, and he's not going to, it'll be an easy win for Lonnie Hall and Rambunctious. As Howler gets into trouble up and over, he's gonna go. Have to see if that truck's gonna be ready for Freestyle. But he's done for the night here in racing. Now we have Sunoco and Cottonmouth on the line. Pair of former racing champions. Good start from both trucks coming around this first turn, both keeping it pretty tight. It's going to be Cottonmouth, about a half truck lead over Sunoco. Coming around the second time, Cottonmouth extends the lead up to about 2 truck lengths. Last turn, Cottonmouth with an amazing turn there, getting the win over Sunoco. Very easy win there for Cottonmouth once again. So we move to the other side of the bracket. Rat Trap going up against Glazed and Confused. Good start from both trucks. Ooh, Rat Trap almost fell off the tabletop there. Coming around the first time, it's going to be Rat Trap with a little bit of a lead. Glazed and Confused going very wide in the second turn. Doesn't look like he cost him much any, though. Coming around the final turn, who's it going to be? Rat Trap with a great exit to the turn is going to get the win here. Going to the semifinals. Now going into the last race of round number 2, Livewire, Haas CNC pulling up to the line. And away they go. Good start from both trucks. Into the first turn, looking pretty even so far. And Livewire with that advantage so far. Coming around for that second jump, Livewire again with the lead, only about a truck length over Haas. We go into the last turn, Livewire going very wide, but it's going to get the run out of that turn, pick up the win over Haas CNC. And Mark Foster and Livewire will be meeting up with Rat Trap in the semifinals. And on the other side of the bracket, it'll be Rambunctious going up against Cottonmouth. So every truck in the semifinals has ties to Team Rat Trap. Lonnie Hall, of course, used to drive Cottonmouth. He's now in Rambunctious, and Livewire used to be the Outlaw Thunder chassis, which was Trip Cassidy's chassis before he got the call over to drive for Team Rat Trap. As we come across the line the first time, Lonnie Hall has the advantage over Cottonmouth. Dead heat, second time over the line. It's all going to come down to this last turn. Rambunctious going a little wide, going to crack the whip, coming to the line. It's going to be Cottonmouth by the skin of its teeth, picking up the win, going into the finals over Rambunctious. It's now on the other side of the bracket, Rat Trap 3 going up against Livewire. Livewire nails the light. Randall Boone asleep at it. Coming around the turn the first time, though. Looks like Randall made up all of that gap and might even have the lead here. Coming around for this second time. Livewire now has the lead. It's all going to come down to this last turn. Great turn from both trucks. Come to the line, though. Rat Trap has the run. It's going to be Rat Trap picking up the win. Just barely over Livewire. So that'll make our finals matchup a battle of the teammates. Cottonmouth going up against Rat Trap 3. Both these trucks waiting on the green light here. Cottonmouth nails the light. Rat Trap not far behind going into the first turn. And Cottonmouth already way ahead going into the second turn. It looks like Rat Trap's making up a little bit of ground here. And it's a dead heat across the line the second time. Going to come down to the last turn once again. And Cottonmouth is going to nail it. As Trip Cassidy and Cottonmouth is going to continue his winning streak here. Going back to back in racing wins. But now we're going to move on into freestyle. You can see our order here. We're going to start off with Howler. Then we'll go into Big Tex, Bombs Away, Bull Tilt, Rat Trap 3, Glazed and Confused, Livewire, Cottonmouth, Youngblood, Rambunctious, Sunoco, and then we'll be ending off with our reigning two-time freestyle champion Mark Moody and Haas CNC. Now first up, Jack Palmer and Howler bringing out what's left of that truck after that crash and racing. Gonna start us off with a good little slap wheelie on the back of the racing lane. Now get some good air going over that box truck stack. And another good sky wheelie going over the red lane. Now going right for that pyramid of cars, gets a great hit on it. Now back to that box truck stack. Good momentum here to start off freestyle. Nothing too crazy though. So now we get some good air off the racing lane into a slap wheelie. About halfway through the run, picking it up a little bit. And looks like he's going to go over that tabletop, over the van stack on top of it. Hit just about everything out here now. Everything but that elevated bus stack. Now we're going to get some donuts here out of Jack. So you can see him in that cab. Getting to work here on the floor. Gets another good hit on the back of that racing lane. Time for just a couple more hits here. Going back to that pyramid. And he's going to get a little twisted in the air. Up and over. He's going to go once again. Not going to save it. It's going to be a 24 for Jack Palmer and Howler to get us started, though. Good score to start off freestyle. So now we have Ray Goodwin bringing out Big Tex. And looks like he's going to go for a sky wheelie here to start us off, but doesn't quite get the sky wheelie part. But got a good little hit on the back of the racing lane. And it looks like he's going to roll over the tabletop to hit the van stack on top. Haven't seen anyone hit it that way yet. So he looks for his next hit, going over the racing lane. Good little bit of air. Try to go for a slap wheelie. Didn't quite have the landing he needed to get it, though. Now looking for that next hit back to the other racing lane. Gets some good air. Thought about a slap wheelie, but once again didn't go for it. Because now we're going to get some donuts here out of him. Good set of donuts here on the right side of the track. Coming down to the last 30 seconds of the run. Going after that car pyramid. Not a bad run here from Big Tex so far, but lacking any real wow moment. So definitely not going to be in contention for the lead as he gets a great sky wheelie off that red lane. And now he's going to get that sky wheelie off the blue lane. And he puts it down into a small slap wheelie. Not a lot of room to carry that out. It was a great move there to end time. And it looks like he's going to keep on going here. Back to that van stack on top of the tabletop into another slap wheelie. And truck's going to shut off on him. It's going to be a 22 for Big Tex to put him into second place. As now we have Steve Watt bringing out Bombs Away. Going to start us off right away with that card pyramid. Now looking for that second hit. He's going to go after the tabletop. Just going to roll over it onto that van stack like we saw out of Big Tex. Not a lot of air over it, though. Just kind of rolls over it. Back of the blue lane. Gets a good little sky wheelie going over it. Now good hit on that box truck. For the first time we're seeing him, he's putting down a pretty good run. He doesn't have a ton of experience on a floor this big, and you can kind of tell by the momentum he has right now. But so far, not looking to be too scared of anything out there, which is always a good thing. Coming down to the last 30 seconds of the run. Looks like he's going to go for that bus stack. First truck to go for it. And he's going to get tripped up by it. Almost gets into trouble. But he's going to recover it. And now we're going to get some more donuts here on the right side of the track. Is he going to end his run with donuts? No, it's not. Going to go for one more hit here in time. Get some good air on the back of that blue lane. But that is going to end the run there. He's going to keep on going, so we'll have to wait to see what the score is going to be. So now we get some great air off that van stack on the tabletop into a little bit of a slap wheelie too. So he's going to keep on going, get some more good air over that red lane. This is a great run from Steve Watt here. His first ever show on KORR Monsters. He's going to park it up on the bus stack. It's going to be a 22 for bombs away to tie for second place. As now we move to Luke Riley and Bull Tilt. He's going to start us off. Great hit on that red lane into a slap wheelie, blowing the smoke out the nose. And now right to that bus stack. And he's also going to get tripped up by it, but he's going to recover. He definitely needs to pick up the momentum here, though. 30 seconds into the run, and he's on his third hit. That's not what the judges are going to be looking for. Now we get some good air going over that box truck into another slap wheelie, blowing the smoke and dragging the tailgate, and combos it up with the car pyramid. What a move there from Luke Riley. So now he's going to roll over that van stack. 30 seconds left in the run here. Get some great air off the blue lane. Aside from that one great move, not a lot has been happening here this run, as you get some more huge air over that car pyramid. Momentum's definitely going to hurt the score here, as it looks like he's going to end with some donuts off on the left side of the track, blowing the smoke out the nose. And around he goes. He's going to get a 23 for Luke Riley and Bull Tilt. That'll put him into second place. So now we have Randall Boone bringing out Rat Trap 3. 20th anniversary. Not quite able to get the racing win here tonight. It's also his last time here driving the truck in Houston. After finals, it'll be his last event ever driving a monster truck. So we'll have to see if he can get the freestyle win here. If he wasn't able to get racing, goes right into a patented set of Rat Trap donuts. And he keeps it on all four wheels of there. So he gets a good little hit going over the bus stack. Great air going over that box truck. And a good little sky wheelie going over the racing lane. Combos it up with a little bit of a slap wheelie. Now a little bit of air going over that van stack. Momentum has completely died here in the last half of this run from Randall. So you get some good air going over that bus stack. Hard landing. Puts it into a slap wheelie. Time for one, maybe two more hits here. So he gets a good hit going over the car pyramid into a slap wheelie and combos it up with the box truck to end his freestyle run. But looks like Randall's going to keep going back to that bus stack once again. Just touches it with the back tires. as we get another set of Team Rat Trap Cyclones here. Up and over, he's going to go this time. Right onto his lid. It's going to be a 24 for Rat Trap 3 and Randall Boone to tie for the lead. As now we have Gene Martin bringing out Glazed and Confused, starting us off. Huge air over the pyramid. That goes right after that box truck. So far, biggest wow moment to the start of a run goes to Glazed and Confused. What's he going to go for now? Going over the bus stack. Gets tripped up by a hard landing on the front of the truck, but it's going to hold together. Back to that box truck once again. And now he's going to cross-thread the tabletop. Haven't seen anyone even attempt that yet. And Gene Martin goes right for it, no hesitation. And then some more great air going over the pyramid. Gets into a little bit of trouble though, but he's going to put it back down onto all four wheels. And what's he going to do now? He's going to cross-thread the tabletop once again. Huge air. Biggest air of the event going over it. 15 seconds left on the clock. Gene Martin giving us every wow moment we could be asking for here. Get some good air over that van stack into a slap wheelie. And time's going to expire here. Judges might count this last hit, as he gets some good air off the red racing lane. But what a run from Gene Martin. And Glazed and Confused. Huge air over the bus stack. Biggest air off of it so far. Now clears the tabletop. Gene Martin had a phenomenal freestyle run, and yet he still somehow saved his best stuff for after the time expired. So he goes into donuts, gets a 26 to go into the lead here. So now we have Mark Foster coming out in live wire. First time we're ever seeing him here on KORR Monsters. Get some great air on the back of the blue lane to start the clock. Great racing performance out of him. Made it all the way to the semifinals before losing to Rat Trap. So he gets to work on this floor. Truck looks like it handles great from what we saw in racing. Great air going over that pyramid. Looking for this next hit, going over that bus stack. Biggest obstacle he's ever seen, and he goes over it no problem. Livewire, much better known for smaller arena shows and some outdoor shows. First time he's seeing a stadium this big, and he's not afraid of anything out here. More great air off that racing lane. That truck just soaks up the landing so good. 30 seconds left in the run. More huge air going over the bus stack. Looking for that next move. What's he going to do? He's going to cross-thread the car pyramid. It's another move we haven't seen anyone do yet. Goes right back to the bus stack. Going to get tripped up by it a little bit, but he's going to come out of it relatively unscathed. Last hit, the judges are going to count, goes right over the tabletop, barely touches it. What a run from Mark Foster in Livewire. First time we're seeing him here, and he's definitely made a statement. And he's going to keep on going. Get some more good air going over the tabletop. And now it looks like he's going to go over that box truck. Going to go for a slap wheelie. No, he's not. He's going to combo it up, though, with the car pyramid once again. Mark Foster absolutely laying down an amazing run. He's going to park it on the van stack. It's only going to be a 26 from the judges. I thought that would score a little higher, but a 26 good enough to tie for the lead. As now we have our racing winner, Trip Cassidy, bringing out Cottonmouth. Trip, of course, used to drive the previous truck back when it was Outlaw Thunder and he debuted in 2000. Won the racing championship in it. But now got the opportunity. Drive for Team Rat Trap. Drove Rat Trap 4 for a number of years. Now debuting the brand new Rat Trap 5 with the Cottonmouth identity. So far, great start to this run. Very fast momentum. Wasting no time getting between obstacles. Now some pretty good air going over that bus stack into a phenomenal slap wheelie. Coming up halfway through this run now. Huge air going off the pyramid. And he's going to combo it up with the box truck. "30 seconds left in the run. What is he doing? He's going to cross thread the tabletop, going the other direction. Huge air. Trip Cassidy has all the confidence in the world in this brand new Rat Trap truck with a transfer from the red lane over to the car pyramid too. Just totally nonchalant about that. Time for one, maybe two more hits here with the momentum he's had. Good air going over the tabletop. And he's going to throw it into some donuts here right as the clock expires. Truck immediately hikes up onto two wheels. And he's going to keep on going. Is he going to save it up onto the sidewalls? He's going to keep going around and dumps it onto its lid. It's going to be a 29 for Trip Cassidy and Cottonmouth. Not a lot of room. We only score out of 30, so someone's going to have to get a perfect score to beat that run. Because now we have Henry Gibbons and Youngblood coming out. What does he have for Trip Cassidy and Cottonmouth after what we just saw? So far, good run. Kind of lacking the momentum we saw out of Cottonmouth. Definitely lacking the air. Going, getting some great air off that box truck. A little bit of trouble there. Combos it up with a cross thread over the tabletop and breaks a 4-link, and the officials are going to shut him off. It's only going to be a 17 for Youngblood. Officials very quick with that RI switch. Next up, we have Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious bringing out that brand new Ram 1500 body on Rambunctious. We saw this truck debut at the North American Auto Show just a couple of months ago when Ram debuted that brand new body, or that brand new truck. So far made it to the semifinals in racing, and looks like he's got a pretty good freestyle run going so far. Some good air going over that bus stack. Now more good air going over the box truck. Definitely going to need to see the momentum and the air pick up here. So he flips over one of the cars on the pyramid. We're going to get some donuts here out of Rambunctious. Good set of donuts there. He's going to cross thread the car pyramid onto the red lane. 30 seconds left in the run here for Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious. Now we get some great air going over the bus stack into a slap wheelie. Beautiful move there for Lonnie. Goes over the tabletop. He's going to clear it. Oh, gets into trouble. Clips the bus stack up and over. He's going to go. Just a couple seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a 28 from the judges. Not quite enough to take the lead. So now we have Kinsley Parks bringing out Sunoco Race Fuels. One of the last times we're going to see this truck. Sunoco not renewing their contract after finals. So Kinsley will be in a new identity next year. We'll have to wait to see what it is as she gets a big rebound coming off the bus stack. But Kinsley, of course, our 2005 racing champion. But despite that, she's still much better known for her freestyles. Does some of the craziest moves you've ever seen. including some of the most crazy transfers we've seen here in KORR Monsters. So far, great start to this run, great momentum, good air. And some more good air on the back of that blue lane. Not a whole lot to be got off of it with how beat down it is at this point. Now she's lining up, going for the bus stack, going to transfer it over the tabletop, clips the fan stack, up and over. She's going to go hard onto the front end of the truck. It's going to be a 20 for Kinsley Parks. Going to hope she's okay in there. That was a hard landing on the front of the truck. But next up, we have Mark Moody coming out. Last truck out, two-time freestyle champion. Going to start us off, big air on the pyramid. Getting word, Kinsley's definitely shaken up after that crash. So we'll have to see how she's doing after the event. But right now, Mark Moody getting to work on this floor. Getting a good little bit of air going over the tabletop. Caught up by the van stack a little bit. Now huge air going over that bus stack. Tried to get a slap wheelie. Caught it a little too late, however. Huge air off the car pyramid. And now he's going to cross-thread that box truck. Giving the judges something they haven't seen yet. Now huge air off the pyramid. Hard landing on the side of the truck. But it's going to hold together. 25 seconds left on the clock. And now a cross-thread over the tabletop. Huge air onto two wheels. Puts it down. And goes right back up onto two wheels coming off that box truck. 10 seconds left on the clock. Huge air over the pyramid. Or over the tabletop. Probably the longest air of the night to end his freestyle run. Judges might count that last hit on the pyramid, but we'll have to see what they score this run. And up and over, he's going to go over the bus stack. Big hit on the landing, but it's going to be a 28 for Haas, which means Trip Cassidy in Cottonmouth is your freestyle winner here in Houston, getting the first freestyle win for Cottonmouth since 2000. So long time coming for that. Rambunctious and Haas tied with a 28. Glazed and Confused and Livewire tied with a 26. Howler and Rat Trap tied with a 24. Bull Tilt with a 23. Big Tex and Bombs Away with a 22. Sunoco with that 20. And Youngblood with a 17. This has been a very destructive show here in Houston. Let us know what you thought about it down in the comments below. And be sure to follow us on Instagram. Keep up to date with everything going on behind the scenes. And of course, with that fan vote coming up here in a couple of weeks, we can help decide who gets the last spot for KORR Monsters Finals 9. But as always, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week in Minneapolis. We'll see you then.